What is up, guys? Welcome back to the FCS Football Channel, and today we are back with the watch-along for the Crystal Palace versus Manchester United game. It's a fairly big one. Obviously, as things stand in the Premier League table, Manchester United are in 4th place. Not where we want to be, but we know, obviously, Newcastle, the team in 3rd, we are level on points with them. They've played an extra game. We win today, or we get anything against Crystal Palace today, we do go back into 3rd place. If we win today, we will technically, for the time being, go above Manchester City and into 2nd place. However, Man City have played, would have then played a game less than us. So, realistically, this game is to go 1 point behind City, should obviously Man City beat Spurs. But that's not despite how badly Spurs are doing right now, it's not a guarantee that Man City beat Spurs. We have seen Spurs, even during their poorest spells, go on to kind of shock the world and beat some of the better teams in this league, and especially Manchester City over the years. So fingers crossed Spurs can actually do a job for United and beat Man City. I believe that's tomorrow. But for United, it's about looking at this game and making sure we do our job today to ensure that we get the 3 points that we want and we deserve to get. Now, if we're looking at the lineups, this is the team for Manchester United. So in goal, it is David De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Rafael Varane, Martinez and Luke Shaw make up the back 4, and goalkeeper. It's the back 4 and goalkeeper we expected. They're our best. It's our best back line available to us, with Diogo Dalot being injured, and even with Diogo Dalot being fit, the way Aaron Wan-Bissaka is currently playing, it's hard to say Dalot should be playing over the English international. Casemiro and Eriksen starting in midfield double pivot with a front 4 of Anthony on the right, Marcus Rashford on the left, Bruno Fernandes playing behind Wout Weghorst. Weghorst makes his first start for Manchester United, the new number 27. Now, of course, it was a hotly debated topic this week, Casemiro, whether or not he would play today. And that's because he is a booking away from missing the next game for Manchester United, which is, of course, the Arsenal game. So it's a big call for Erik ten Hag to start the Brazilian in midfield alongside Christian Eriksen. However, I would have started at Casemiro, and I mean, ten Hag has spoken as to why, and this is what he said. He said, "We are aware of that in relation to Casemiro getting booked. He'll miss the game against Arsenal. We're aware of that, but Sunday is Sunday. Obviously, we don't want him to get booked. That is clear. But it is about winning tonight." And that's kind of what I said during the preview for this game. It's, yes, we want Casemiro fit and available for the Arsenal game, but today we've got Crystal Palace. We want to get 3 points here. There's no point playing, let's say, McTominay or playing Fred, us losing today for us then to go beat Arsenal. You win your game, win what's in front of you, and then you go into the next game. Beat Crystal Palace, and then we'll go to Arsenal with Casemiro or not, and we'll try and beat them. But make sure you win the game, win whatever you've got in front of you, win the quote-unquote easier game, because let's say we rest Casemiro and we lose Crystal Palace. We then go play Arsenal with Casemiro and we still lose. Then we've lost 2 games because we're preparing for a game that's in a week's time. Play your best team today, win this game, and once the game is more or less won, or in a position where we shouldn't lose it, then you can take Casemiro off, providing he hasn't already been booked. And that's kind of the plan Erik ten Hag's gone with, and a plan I agree with. Ten Ten Hag asked if Man United will play more cross into the box with Weghorst. And so, essentially, are we just going to try and whip crosses into Weghorst because he's obviously a physical presence in the box? Is that going to be the game plan for today? Ten Hag saying no. Weghorst is a player with much more about him than just a physical presence in the box. So we're not going to change how we set to play to try and accommodate him. He will accommodate to how we want to play. Ten Hag will start. So Ten Hag again asked whether or not we will be changing how we play to accommodate Weghorst. He said no, nothing changes. A different profile, but he's a typical number 9. It fits good with Anthony, Bruno Fernandes, and Marcus Rashford. So a lot of confidence from Erik Ten Hag in Weghorst tonight. Hopefully, we can put on a show and we can show Weghorst that Weghorst is a good signing. He is the real deal, and he's the best number 27 in the Premier League. He's got some pretenders to compete with in the likes of Darwin Nunez. But as I said, pretenders. Absolute pretenders. None of them can lace the boots of Big Voop. And I'm looking forward to seeing how he gets on today. Because I do think he can score. I think this Crystal Palace team are get-attable. With that being said, this is the Crystal Palace team for today. So it is Vincent Guaita in goal. It's Nathaniel Klein, Mark Gahey, Richards, and Tariq Mitchell. With Doucouré and Will Hughes in a midfield double pivot. With Zaha and Elise on the 2 flanks. With Mateta and Odsonne Edouard up top. So it's a strong starting 11 for Crystal Palace. More or less their best 11 that they could have selected. We know Anderson is injured, so he wasn't available for today's game. But aside from Anderson, and I suppose you'd have to say Eze as well, but he's on the bench. This is kind of the sort of lineup that Crystal Palace fans are wanting to see. I was speaking to a Crystal Palace fan yesterday, and he was saying about how he's getting fed up of constantly seeing Jordan Ayew play, constantly seeing kind of Jeffrey Schlupp play. And today, neither of those do play. So, yes, the formation is a bit wacky, the 4-4-2. I'm surprised they have kind of changed the system. But I don't think, from my perspective, Crystal Palace fans can be too annoyed with the lineup. It's a strong one. Might not be the perfect one. It is a strong lineup. So this is how the Premier League currently looks. Arsenal are top, of course. 8 points clear, top of the Premier League. Arsenal at the moment. It is theirs to lose. It really, really is. It's their title to lose at this point. The race obviously continues. Manchester United aren't going to give up the fight. Neither are Manchester City. But it is going to be so hard for Manchester United to win this title. And even talk of that sounds crazy to me. Arsenal just look so good at the moment. Obviously, like I said, we are currently 4th. But should we beat Newcastle? Should we not beat Newcastle? Should we get something today against Crystal Palace? We will go above them. And it's just about how close we want to be to Manchester City. Do we want to be level on points with them, having played an extra game? Or do we want to be 2 points ahead of them, having played an extra game? I think we can all agree. Let's make it 2 points clear. Give them something to work for. Make them have to re-overtake us in a sense. Put that pressure on Manchester City saying, look, we're here. We're second now. You beat us. You beat Spurs. You come claim this spot back. Don't just give it to them for free. But look, I mean, if you guys want to start getting your predictions into the chat for the game, feel free. I mean, I've gone for a 2-0 United win. I'm confident in us. There we go. So we'll get that flicking. And if you are enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. I mean, I'm actually really looking forward to this game. Weghorst debut, that is entertaining to me. I'm really interested to see how he gets on. I really, really am. Can he get on the score sheet straight away? It'll be some start to his Premier League career as a Manchester United player. Obviously, didn't quite get like the world of light. Is that the same? It didn't quite work out for him at Burnley last season, but we did see a few good performances from him. The most obvious one that comes to mind for me is when we played him. We drew 1-0, I want to say, and under Ralph Rangnick, and Weghorst was unbelievable that day, bringing people into the game, taking the ball from the air. He was a danger, good on and off the ball. And if we can see half the level of performance from Weghorst today in a Manchester United shirt as we did that day, I think that was at Turf Moor. Well, then we're going to have a very good player on our hands, and a player that, whether or not he becomes a first team regular over Anthony Martial, or whether or not he's a backup to Martial, he will be someone that can provide competition for places, and that's the most important thing for me in a squad. You want competition for places. You want to have your players driving to be better, and knowing that if they kind of stagnate and remain at the level they start the season on, they won't stay in the team. And I think that if not anything else, Weghorst will bring that to Manchester United and will bring that to that front line. And I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing how he gets on. I'm also quite excited to see someone from our subs bench. This man right here, Palestri. The man has been an outcast, really, it feels like, at Manchester United. Been here for now, what, 3 years? Yet to make a Premier League game. Has only just made his Premier League, his professional debut for Manchester United against Charlton, and even then, that was after he's played at a World Cup for Uruguay, and yet hasn't got Premier League a single minute in the Premier League. I really hope we get to see a bit of Palestri today, because when he came on against Charlton and during pre-season, when he has played, I think he's looked good. So I don't know how or why he's not been given a chance in the Premier League. I hope today he does get that chance. And if he does, I think he will take it. But yeah, I am so tired. So we have got about 15 minutes till kickoff. If you guys are enjoying, please do hit that like button below. Subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. Get your predictions into the live chat. And let me know any thoughts about the game. So the reason Martial isn't on the bench today, he's just not. It's just that he's injured, essentially. So that's why no Anthony Martial. Ten Hag and Lisandro Martinez, he's hungry. He's shown his hunger in training. He also wanted to play earlier he didn't want to miss that game against Manchester City, but obviously it was quite clear he missed 4 weeks of competition. Last week he had some first 90 minutes and he had some good training sessions in his legs, so I feel he is ready to play. So again, it's just kind of going over what we already knew about Lisandro Martinez and why he didn't play Man City and why he isn't today. Just simply wasn't ready beforehand. Now he is. Showing us a bit of Weghorst, warming up, scoring goals already. Bagsman, absolute bagsman. Crystal Palace don't know what's about to hit them. It's gonna be strange watching the big man up top, 6'6" Weghorst, just fucking darting about. But last season, Weghorst was up there and is up there this season for some of the best one of the best pressers in the league. 54 pressures per 90 last season in the Premier League, which is the best among strikers. And among the, I think it was the guys were just showing there, the third best, might have been fourth best out of the whole league. And obviously that's for a Burnley team who are more than happy to sit back and defend all game rather than kind of religiously press. Here he is again, just slots it home. What a player! What a player, Weghorst. And I saw on Twitter that Weghorst was actually the best pressing forward in world football, or was one of them. There he is. I'm just honestly, I'm just trying to get some interesting stats up and not letting me. Website work. Here we go. So as a striker, he's in the 97th percentile for ball recoveries, 80th for tackles won, 88th for interceptions, 98th percentile for successful dribbles, 96th for touches in the defensive third, 89th for touches in the middle third. '96th percentile for dribbles contested and 90th for dribblers tackled. He's a hard-working forward. He really, really is. Can't find pressures. No, it's just not going to show me. Turns out it's not on the website anymore. I guess. I could have sworn it was. Guess not. But yeah, he's the dog's bollocks Weghorst, really. He's a very, very good player. And I'm excited to see how he gets on today. I believe Eric Ten Hag's cooking something up for him. As my camera, does it want to? There we go. It's refocused. Lovely. I keep forgetting Crystal Palace are the home side. So like I say, 10 minutes before showtime. Please do get your predictions into the live chat. We can get those written down and added to the ticker. I've gone for 2-0 Manchester United. Marcus Rashford's going to bag. I can feel it. I can feel it. Marcus Rashford's about to bag. And I reckon Veg as well. Weghorst and Rashford with the goals. Weghorst and Rashford. They're about to bag. What the I've got so many messages. I'm just scrolling through them before the game. Mental. Mental. Yes, it is. My housemates are mental. No. I don't know if you can hear them, but my housemates are shouting back. They're mental. If you're watching, hey guys. Right, so we've got 5 minutes to go. I'll go through the teams once again for you guys. So, for Manchester United, David De Gea in goal, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Rafael Varane, Lissandro Martinez and Luke Shaw make up the starting back four and goalkeeper. Casemiro and Christian Eriksen make up the midfield too. Casemiro are booking away from missing the trip to the Emirates on Sunday. It's Anthony, Marcus Rashford and Bruno Fernandes as a front three. Behind the Dutchman making his debut for Manchester United, it is Wout Weghorst. A few changes for Crystal Palace coming into this game. Vincent Guaita stays in goal, however. Nathaniel Klein also keeps his place at right back. Mark Gahey and Richards partner each other in centre-back. Anderson obviously injured, which means Richard comes in. And James Tompkins, I believe he started Crystal Palace's last game. He drops to the bench for Richards, with Tariq Mitchell starting at left-back over Joel Ward. Doucouré and Will Hughes start in a midfield double pivot for Crystal Palace, as opposed to seeing Jeffrey Schlupp continue in central midfield for the Eagles. And then we see, obviously, Michael Elise and Wilfried Zaha as your two wingers, with a front two of Odsonne Edouard and John Felipe Mateta. So it's a strong lineup for Crystal Palace. I mean, the only disappointment for Crystal Palace fans will be that Eberezer Eze starts on the bench, and will only be able to make an impact off of the bench for even, you'd imagine, Mateta or Edouard. However, no Jordan Ayew, and I know that'll be what would be the phrase? A sight of joy for Crystal Palace fans, because they hate that guy. That guy, they don't understand why he plays, and neither do I. I've not kind of liked Jordan Ayew when he was at Aston Villa. So I found it even bizarrer when he got a move to Crystal Palace, and not only when he got the move to Crystal Palace, but then started for Crystal Palace for so often. I found that well bizarre, but that's what happened. I live with a bunch of weirdos. I live with a bunch of weirdos. You gotta help me. You gotta help me. No, I'm not. I'm not showing. I'm not showing him that. I'm not. I'm not gonna belittle my viewers with that. Come on then. Moments away from kickoff. Right, let me quickly go put my glass up again before the game gets started, or I'm not going to survive because my throat is in pain. But so while I'm gone, get involved in the live chat. Hit that like button. Let me know your score predictions, and what you make, how you think this game is going to go, or anything else really. And I'll be back just before this game gets underway. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Come on then. 2 minutes till kickoff. Big game. A win takes Manchester United to second. If that's not enough to motivate these players, don't know what is. It's that simple. Win the game, move to second. Lose the game, be a disgrace to the club. Might be a bit extreme, but I don't mind. Prediction 3-0 United. I love to hear that United live. If anyone else has their predictions, please do get involved in the live chat. I tell you what, the Photoshop job on Weghorst is awful. It's awful. It pisses me off just looking at it. Mate. Also, again, for those of you, did anyone else see what happened on BBC Sport yesterday? On BBC One yesterday? The Wolves-Liverpool game? If you haven't, go to Twitter, find out. because it's mental. Absolutely mental. Porter reports saying we're not true. I've not seen their reports and they're not true. He's joining Atletico Madrid this January. So, not sure how we're already negotiating a fee with Madrid when they're only just signing him. Yeah, we're seconds away from kickoff here. Guys, I've just been mentioned in my house chat, and I can't imagine how bad that must be. Gary L got caught watching. So what? Gary Lineker did get caught. Oh well, no, it was Thingy Murphy, wasn't it? Can't think of his name. It's Murph Dog though. Right, here we go. Crystal Palace versus Manchester United. Edouard will get Palace kicked off in a moment. And away we go here at Selhurst Park for Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. And Palace go long straight away. And it's up for a throw to United already. 15 minutes uninterrupted. He was in the middle of a session. I just can't believe how, like, not only that it happened once, but it kept happening. Like, for those of you who aren't from the UK, the BBC is like the big boy when it comes to like English media. Like they're essentially government funded. They're not allowed to be. They're unbiased. Wan-Bissaka, what the fuck was that? Wan-Bissaka, does he know he's not Brazilian? What is this bloke doing? As we go along to Weghorst, Palace do well. A very frantic start. But United do get it under here. Ericsson. So yeah, the biggest like professional company, and we just have that playing. 15 minutes long. Just on and off. Mental. Like that's outrageous from you. That's outrageous. Anthony. Hello. How are we, mate? Ball goes long into the box. Nathaniel Klein heads clear. Can we not just... We are going to have to time you out. Lissandro Martin is bringing it forward. Finds Luke Shaw. That's not what we like to see, Luke Shaw. Casemiro keeping it in United's possession. And United, so far, so good. We're having a good time here. Having a very good time. I've never been so... I don't know. Flustered? Is that the word? I've lost all train of thought. I've lost everything. I've lost all composure. I've got shit going on around me. And all I can hear is a cackle in the back. Fuck, Edouard's in. Palace are through. Fucking hell, we get it sorted. Just about. And here comes it. United, Ericsson out wide to Bruno. It's a poor ball looking for... Well, It's not a bad ball to Weghorst. Weghorst just leaves it for whatever reason. Here's Varane. Goes back into De Gea, into Martinez. United just moving it forward. Give us some wise. Yeah, alphabet. No. We can't be having that sort of spam in the chat. Eriksen goes back into Varane. Casemiro. Lisandro Martinez. Moves it out wide to Bruno Fernandes. Fernandes goes long, looking for Rashford, easily cleared by Crystal Palace, and they can get the ball down here. Edouard and Mateta combining well there, but Varane wins it back. Casemiro moves it out to Anthony. First time into Wan-Bissaka, back into Anthony. Good tackle from Tariq Mitchell, slides in and wins the ball. Wan-Bissaka, look, I think a lot of respect needs to go on Wan-Bissaka's name. I mean, obviously, joined United, what, 3 years ago now, I want to say? Was a first team regular for 2 of those. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer sacked. Ragnick came in. Dalot took that first team spot. And Erik ten Hag stuck with Diego Dalot. And Wan-Bissaka was dead and buried, really. We saw Lindelof being played at right back over him. We saw... We didn't... It appeared there was no way back for Wan-Bissaka. But over the World Cup, he's got his head down. And he's worked his way back into the team. Yes, he got a bit of luck through Diego Dalot being injured and not being available. But he's worked really hard. And at the moment, even if Diego Dalot was fully fit, should Dalot be starting over Wan-Bissaka? I think you'd have to argue, probably not. I think that's a big compliment to Wan-Bissaka and the work he's put in. There was no interviews. There was no talking out on social media. There was no whining, complaining. He got his head down. He worked. And now he's seeing the benefits of that work. As Luke Shaw has it here. Luke Shaw gets it out wide to Wan-Bissaka. Zaha's getting back really well there. Wins the ball. And now Crystal Palace will look to attack with Will Hughes. Out to Wilfried Zaha. Mitchell delivers. But United do have the ball. Looking to try and get it clear. Bruno Fernandes failed in the first attempt, but we get away with it on the second. Here is Christian Eriksen. A poor ball long. Tell you what, I don't know what I've done to my throat, but it's hurt so much. Good tackle from Eriksen. Rashford into Bruno, to Weghorst, back to Bruno Fernandes, who plays through Marcus Rashford, and it's the first real opportunity of the game for Rashford. Rashford, can he cut in? Can he get the shot away? Oh, he just does too much. Just does too much. I don't know why he tries to go back on the outside there. He's one-on-one with, I think it was Nathaniel Klein. And I think he goes on the outside to try and beat him and then try and maybe blast at the front post. For me, in that situation, it's you stand him up, you take 1 foot, and you knock the ball slightly inside and you smack it as hard as you can, either at the goalkeeper or to the far post. And what happens. He does too much, that's what she said. You're not alive. I have no words for you tonight. I have no words for you tonight. All I would say, I feel bad for his misses if he always goes on the outside. He never goes inside. That was crude. Lisandro Martinez heads away. A fairly poor cross from Michael Elise. And Elise does well to win a throw-in for Crystal Palace. Just an opportunity for Palace to get a few plays into the box and kind of reset. I guess just see the clock down just a little bit. Klein finds Odsonne Edouard. Back to Klein. I have to say, I do think it is quite strange. Casemiro just blasts it at Bruno Fernandes's face, I want to say. Lovely play there by Weghorst and Bruno Fernandes. Brilliant there from Weghorst. And here is Bruno. Puts the ball into the box. Anthony sliding but can't get there. A mix-up between Crystal Palace players. But they do get it into Zaha. Palace looking a bit of a mess there defensively. As Lisandro Martinez steps up so well. Wins it. Can't get the ball past the line of Crystal Palace players there though. Rashford and Palace win a throw-in on the corner flat, on the halfway line, sorry. On the same height as Martinez, 5'9". Not the... United Live. United Live. How do you even respond to something like that? I prefer not to speak. Here's Odsonne Edouard to Zaha. Loses it. Mitchell picks it back up. But what I was going to say, I'm surprised Palace today have gone for a 2 in midfield. United's so good. They've got so many good profiles in that midfield and creativity in the midfield in Bruno Fernandes, Christian Eriksen, and even Casemiro. Who not only... Rashford! He's offside, but he doesn't score. He better be offside here. He's miles off. Yeah, he's miles offside there, Rashford. And I'm happy he was, because that is an awful finish. But United quality-wise are better than Palace. And not only that, they've decided they will let us outnumber them in the midfield. But you can see here now, Eriksen and Bruno Fernandes essentially man-marking both Doucouré and Will Hughes. And then you have Casemiro, who can just kind of help sit on, what's his name? On Edouard or Mateta, if either one of those want to drop in. And if not, well then he's just kind of a free man to be able to create. Martinez out to Shaw. She said it's not about how you... United Live, this is crude, lad. This is crude. You need to get your head out the gutter. Here is Varane. Martinez. Varane. It's a bizarre long ball from Varane. And Guaita goes long. Wan-Bissaka, lovely. Does really well to bring it down to Casemiro, who does just give it away. Mark Gay here. Driving forward for Palace. Gets it out wide to Nathaniel Klein. He's surging forward here, Klein, on this right-hand side. Into Elise. Good tackle from Bruno Fernandes. It's going to be a throw-in to Palace on their right-hand side, our left-hand side. A chance for them to potentially get some bodies into the box. And look, that's not great for Crystal Palace. They're among the worst teams in the league when it comes to scoring or just attacking in general. Something needs to change for Patrick Vieira and his men. And maybe the change in formation away from a 4-2-3-1 to this 4-4-2 will be it. Get another striker in and around the penalty area, causing danger. That being said, they are losing one of their creative sparks in Eze by starting both Mateta and Edouard. Ducouré. Edouard. Clyde. Out to Elise. Elise delivers into the box. It's a poor ball in. It's out for a goal kick. I need to stop. I feel sorry for the parents who let their kids watch Match of the Day, genuinely. Yeah, I saw on Twitter some guy who was like, thanks to the BBC this morning, there's a lot of parents having some very difficult conversations with their kids. I don't know how... If I had like a 5-year-old, and they were watching that game, and they was like, oh, what's that noise? I don't know what I'd say. I'd be like, this is way above my pay grade. See you later. Here's Lisandro Martinez just driving through the midfield so well. He's such a good player, Lisandro Martinez. Martinez again. Ericsson. Across to Rafael Varane. Varane goes into Martinez again. Martinez goes long. Looking for the run of Bruno Fernandes. Mark Gay, he does well. Weghorst picks it up. Weghorst goes down. Would have been a soft free kick. But Ericsson has it. Lovely ball out to Luke Shaw. Can we deliver? Ball comes into the back stick. Mitchell does well. Casemiro. Anthony. Out to Wan-Bissaka. Gets the cross in. Luke Shaw has it. Volleys. Just wide. Good chance there for United. I didn't quite understand the... It's not a bad hit at all from Luke Shaw. I didn't get Luke Shaw's cross though. Marcus Rashford was in the box. I don't know why he clipped it in the air. I thought the ideal cross there was like Garnacho's against City. Low and high across the 6-yard box. And just because at that point, anything could happen. Even a Crystal Palace player can just knock it into his own net. Lisandro Martinez is down. He should be alright. No, he's bleeding. What's happened? He's been at... That's a red card, ref! He's been absolutely elbowed. Send him off. Send him off, ref! As a completely unbiased Man United fan, I say send him off. Palace always a pain in the ass. They are always... They're not a difficult team to beat, are they? To say the very least. Didn't the lights go out in the stadium? The amount of Undertaker jokes I've seen. Yeah. I think that's so bad. But something else I saw this question kind of pondered. And I did wonder this as well. Obviously that happened while Wolves were on the attack. And it was at Wolves' stadium. So obviously there was nothing dodgy about it. But like, what happens? What's stopping like someone doing that in a big game let's say they're on a title race, Arsenal versus Man City. Theoretically, we'll say it's last day of the season. Arsenal need if Man City wins, then Man City wins the league. If Arsenal draw or win, Arsenal win the league. For whatever reason, it's being played at night. A lot of stipulations about this. But in that situation, a Champions League night, I suppose, would be a better example. What is stopping the home team when a striker is through on goal, just turning off the floodlights and saying, "Oh, didn't mean to do that." But because I imagine it didn't seem like there much investigation over it. So in the FA Cup, while Martinez is still down, Leeds are 2-0 up against Cardiff City. So Cardiff City are out the FA Cup. Are they not? Are they not going to check that on VAR? A lot of people are saying actually red card. I would like to see it again. Is there another picture of it? Martinez is back on. He's got a headband on. He should be alright. I would like to see it again because a lot of people are saying it should have been a red card. No, I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was just, on first sighting, I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But maybe I need to rewatch it. Casemiro gets it out to Anthony. Come on then. Come on then, Anthony. Take him on. Bruno gets into the box. Richards does well defensively and it's cleared up the field now by Palace. Zaha tries to keep it on and flick it forward. He did, to be fair. Edouard, Will Hughes goes forward looking for Elise. Well defended by Luke Shaw. Bruno completely taken out there, and that's a clear as day free kick. And for a second there, I didn't think the referee was about to give it. And getting Garnacho on the back of my shirt next season, I don't blame you. Garnacho, I'm so excited for the future of Garnacho. And excitingly, by all accounts, Garnacho has agreed to sign a new, I think it was like a 5.5, 6 year contract at United. On, I think it was about 30k a year. If we have done that, we are fucking geniuses, by the way. Because already he's more or less, he seems like a 30k a week player, given the immense amount of money that is in the game at nowadays. And you're looking at some players who, I mean, I don't want to dig anyone out, but who would I rather, Nicolas Pepe or Garnacho? Garnacho, and Pepe's going to be on way more than 30k a week. I mean, I wonder how much Reece Nelson's on. Varane as well gets there before Mateta and gives it back to De Gea. It was a good opportunity there. It had Mateta been a slightly quicker for him to go through one-on-one with De Gea, but like I say, Varane did very well. Wan-Bissaka, Casemiro goes down the line looking for Anthony. Guaita's come off his line and just hits the side net in Anthony there. I don't know why Guaita came out like that. Mental. How was Mudryk signed for 8.5 to 9 years for Chelsea? That's near enough a player's whole career, give or take 1 or 2 years. From what I can tell, it's all about kind of how you structure a deal to avoid FFP. So essentially, because Chelsea have paid 100 million euros for it, that's with all the add-ons, we'll say, but they don't have to pay all that up front or by the books. They don't. So they can say they pay, while it's that fee, they can say we paid in year 1 of his contract, we paid 10 million of it. Second year, we paid 20 million of it. Third year, we paid another 10, so on and so forth until that contract is over and all the fees paid. So you can avoid FFP by saying this year, no, we only spent 10 million. Only spent 10 million this year on Mudryk. Next year, we're also spending 10 million on him. But this year, we're all right. Whereas sales, they all come out at once. So that's how big teams kind of avoid FFP. And that's essentially why we're going to see, why you see those kind of massively stupid long contracts. And while financially, in that sense, it does make sense, when you're signing a player from the Ukraine League, that's a risk. And there is no guarantees that he is going to set the world alight. Same with Anthony. But like I said before, Fred was a world class, looked amazing at Shakhtar. And he's a good player. Not world class though, is he? And who's to say that's not going to be the same with Mudryk? You just can't tell, and we just don't know. And if you spent £100 million on a player, he's on an 8-year contract, got 6-7 years left, and you're already seeing him like this guy's not good enough. Then who comes and buys him? Nobody. And that's the issue. And that's the worry. And that's like in a sense, you live by the sword and die by the sword. You take the risk saying this guy that we've spent £100 million on is going to be a massive success here, isn't going to flop, and having given him this long contract won't come back to bite us. Obviously, like I said, there's no guarantees of that at all. As Casemiro doesn't look happy with Weghorst there. Lovely. It was a lovely flick from Casemiro into the box, or through on goal, and Weghorst just wasn't aware. And I have to say, Weghorst does look a little bit rusty so far. What are we crying about? What are we crying about? Anthony and Mitchell, it's just pointless handbags. Anthony, lovely flick into Wan-Bissaka, gets the cross in. Yeah, he deals with it before he can reach Weghorst. Martinez goes forward, looking for Rashford, puts Klein under, and it's actually a throw to United. That's really poor from Nathaniel Klein. Really poor from Nathaniel Klein. I don't know what he's doing. He tries to take it down, but just gets it all wrong. Martinez, he looks like a fucking idiot in that headband, by the way. I think we're doing fine. Crystal Palace are a good side. But defensively, Crystal Palace are very good. You think back to some like Arsenal opening day. Crystal Palace looked very good against Arsenal. Liverpool as well. Only lost 1-0 to Chelsea. But they don't lose that many games and don't concede that many goals. Sometimes they have conceded big, don't get me wrong, but generally, I think they've done quite well defensively. Here is Anthony. And of course, obviously, sooner rather than later, we will get that chance. We should just be happy that we've also not given us a thing. Yet to have a shot. De Gea has hardly touched the ball. It's Casemiro. Goes down the line. Well won by Doucouré. Casemiro brings it down. Goes down the line looking for Anthony. Well defended. And Gaeta goes long. Just, it's very cagey from Crystal Palace. Very, very cagey. Wan-Bissaka. You think it's going to end 0-0? Oh, no, 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 no. We'll win this. We'll win the game. Trust. Trust me, we'll win the game. 2-0. Casemiro. Martinez. Looks for Ericsson. Surely that's a foul? It is. Sorry, it was on Shaw, not Ericsson. United will find a goal. We always do. Crystal Palace gives me Wolves vibes. Whenever we play them, it's never an easy game, but we do get the result. And here is Shaw. Delivers into the box. Weghorst wins the header just over the bar, and it's the first sight for Weghorst in this game from a Shaw cross. And that's what we there's the meme, innit? Shaw into the box. Weghorst was there on the roof of the net. Not a bad chance, not an amazing one. Maybe could have done better there, Weghorst. But first sighter in a United shirt. More crosses to come, and hopefully that will be a sign of, in a sense, things to come, but obviously we hope to see a slightly different outcome as Wan-Bissaka drives forward with it here for United. Pulls it back to Rashford. Rashford just can't wriggle away from danger. Don't know if that was the right ball from Wan-Bissaka personally. I don't. He finds Rashford, but do you just kind of stick it in the danger zone and let Weghorst, let somebody attack it? Martinez. And the problem with United and Arsenal winning the league is squad depth. As Weghorst has it, looks to turn, finds Casemiro, who shoots. Will Hughes with a good block. I definitely agree. We do have a problem with squad depth. I think it is getting better, but I mean, if we go over and look at this United, look at our subs bench. As much as Palestri looks good, never played a minute for Manchester United in the Premier League. Elanga, less said about him, the better, in my opinion. And this is this coming from someone that last year I really wanted Elanga to play. I don't think he's all that anymore. Then Garnacho, I think he's a joy. Obviously Martial coming back, being on the bench, whether it's Martial on the bench or whether it's Weghorst on the bench, improves our depth. But I agree, it's not unbelievable squad depth, is it? I mean, in some areas we've got very good depth, like left back, Luke Shaw and Malacia. Thank you very much. That's one of the best left back kind of departments in the league. It's better for me. It's better than City's. It's close with Chelsea's. It may be better. It's very. It's a tough one to call with Chelsea because they've got Cucurella and Chilwell, who are both very good. Even though I know Cucurella hasn't quite hit the heights that we we know he's capable of and what we saw at Brighton, at Chelsea so far. But Cucurella is a good left back. Obviously, Zinchenko and Tierney at Arsenal. Very, very good. Especially Zinchenko. I don't necessarily think Tierney's that good. I've always thought Tierney's a bit overrated. But obviously, Tierney and Zinchenko are a good left-back department. Apart from for those teams, though, Robertson and Tsimikas aren't better than Malacia and Shaw. No, actually, this season's Alanga. Yeah. I'm happy to see Garnacho getting a lot of minutes for United because I think he does look very, very good. Ball into the box. Bruno. Can't get it down. Palace get it clear. Here's Lisandro Martinez. Shaw. Back to Martinez. Varane. Eriksen. Rashford. Eriksen. Varane. United just moving the ball around here well. Martinez. Across to Eriksen. Just trying to drag out this Crystal Palace team. Who are very much in a solid kind of place. Wan-Bissaka. Varane. Into Weghorst. Anthony. To Casemiro. Great challenge by Mark Gahey. And can Palace now break? Out wide to Wilfried Zaha here. Luke Shaw's getting back. No, sorry, that's Christian Eriksen. Eriksen does really well. And Luke Shaw picks it up. Finds Martinez. United just play it out. The long ball. Looking for Anthony. Tariq Mitchell gets there and does well. Will Hughes. Good tackle from Anthony. Eriksen to Casemiro. Finds Anthony. Nice ball out to Wan-Bissaka. Back to Anthony. Like just popping the ball around here. Lisandro Martinez. Bruno. Poor pass. Elise. Loses it to Weghorst. Anthony goes for goal. It's such a poor effort from Anthony. Should have played it to either Weghorst or Marcus Rashford, who both wanted it. Good tackle by Wan-Bissaka. But Palace still have it here. Zaha looks to flick it past Luke Shaw, but Luke Shaw's strong in the challenge and wins it back on a second time here. Rashford drops it into Bruno Fernandes. Can United go? Here is Luke Shaw driving forward for United. Nice 1-2 with Rashford. Luke Shaw's taken down. It's a free kick to United. Edge of the box. Good opportunity for United from this set piece. You got Bruno, you got Rashford, you got Eriksen, all capable from a set piece. This free kick looks like it's going to be Marcus Rashford to take it. There's a bit of distance away, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was Rashford. It's going to be Bruno. Well, who knows actually? Rashford goes for goal from the free kick. Just wide. Not a bad effort. I do wonder, because this season, it doesn't really feel as if we have a defined free kick taker. Because you think back to the Manchester derby, Martial took a penalty. We've had Rashford take penalties. Bruno's taken a couple. So, I don't know. If we got a penalty today, you imagine it would be Rashford or Bruno. But it could be Weghorst. Bruno heads it forward. Poor flick on. Gehi finds Doucouré. Zaha. Elise. Michael Elise here. Finds Odsonne Edouard. Edouard shoots! What a save, David De Gea! Oh my God, what a save! How has he saved that? Odsonne Edouard nearly scores a screamer from the edge of the box. He cut inside, got the shot away, and that's top corner. That is upper top corner. What a save. Fingertip save from David De Gea. What a save. I cannot believe what I've just seen. My God. What a save. Fuck me. Zaha. Out to Klein. Ball comes into the box. Edouard heads it down. Here is Anthony. Driving forward. Brilliant from Anthony here. Still Anthony wins a corner. Fantastic there from Anthony. Brilliant. What a bloke. And it's a corner here now for United. Come on. Good ball into the box. Get your big head on this. Get your big head on this Voot. Ball back into the box from Bruno. Weghorst goes for it, can't win it. And it's cleared upfield. Wan-Bissaka versus Zaha. We've seen this before. Wan-Bissaka's there. What a surprise. Wan-Bissaka wins the duel again against Wilfried Zaha. Zaha's going to get bored. Elise shoots. Wan-Bissaka does well defensively. Come on. Casemiro goes long. Can we get the ball down? Sure. Eriksen to Bruno Fernandes. Finds Eriksen. Marcus Rashford. Finds Eriksen. Cuts it back. Bruno. Gotta score. Does score! Bruno. And United have the lead. Feet up, relax time. Bruno Fernandes scores. Christian Eriksen with the assist. United with the lead, and look at them. Look what it means. From one end to the other. United, and David De Gea makes a world-class save a few minutes ago to keep it 0-0, keep the clean sheet, and a devastating counter-attack. Ronaldo, can I say? Rashford found Eriksen. He finds Bruno Fernandes, who keeps his cool and just slots it into the top corner. And it's 1-0 Manchester United here at Selhurst Park. More to come. More to come. But this is what I mean about that Crystal Palace team. Imagine if they have another midfielder in there. Doucouré and Will Hughes are dragged out. And because they've got two strikers, they've just got nobody else there to help fill in, try and get hold of Bruno Fernandes. And boom, goal. Weghorst pushing the defensive line backwards into. I'll tell you what. There we go. For Bruno Fernandes, that's a landmark goal for Bruno Fernandes. He's now got 100 goals and 100... No, he got 100 goals or assists for Manchester United since joining, what, 3 years ago? 2.5 years ago? Lovely. Lovely stuff. And scoring first this season in the Premier League for Manchester United. We've done it in 10 games. We've won 10. Lovely stuff. Here is Weghorst. Tries to get out wide to Anthony. Mitchell easily wins it. Wan-Bissaka, good tackle. But we can't keep it. Here is Doucouré. Moves it, looking for Zaha. Look who's there. Luke fucking Shaw. Luke Shaw! What a blow. He's so good. So good. Bruno. Rashford. Back to Bruno. Shaw. Crystal Palace do well and gets it out. Here is Mateta up against Lisandro Martinez. Does well and gets it out to Wilfried Zaha. Mateta looks for Elise. Look who's there. Luke Shaw and Martinez. And Varane. It's a rush clearance, but Casemiro wins it. Weghorst brings it down. Eriksen finds... Well, looks for the ball to Anthony. Hughes clears it down the line. Varane. Casemiro. Goes back to De Gea. And so at this point, it's just about seeing it out until half time. The best team in Europe are second in the league. You are right. Manchester United, as it stands, are second in the Barclays. Not in the Barclays. Why am I saying Barclays? It's Barclays. What the fuck am I saying? What am I doing? Yeah, United are currently second in the Premier League. As it stands. Touch wood. Bruno finds Rashford. Doucouré. Casemiro wins it back on the halfway line. And he just brings it forward. Finds Weghorst. Into Bruno. Out wide to Marcus Rashford. Eriksen. Eriksen again. Back to Martinez. Bruno. Goes back into De Gea. Bruno just saying, relax. Nothing silly. Just keep the ball moving. Varane. We're about 10 seconds away from half time here. United look to be going into the break with a 1-goal lead. Fans are already heading down for their half-time pints. And there is half-time here at Selhurst Park. It's Crystal Palace 0, Manchester United 1. And it's that man, number 8, Bruno Fernandes, with a goal that separates the two teams after 45 minutes. And it's United that deserve the lead and have, like I say, have the lead. We have been the better team, and And there you go. The stats say that as well. 3 shots to 10. 1 on target to 3. Possession. At home, Palace have only had 37% of the ball to our 63. We are the better team. And we're making our quality show in that game. Like I said, I'm surprised Palace have started the line that they did. That 4-4-2 for me was bizarre. I think as the game has kind of progressed, we do see it slightly change, and it has slightly moved into a 4-2-3-1 at times, with Edouard dropping in to that number 10 role. But generally, the 4-4-2 for Palace, and it's not working well for them. All is going well. All is going well here so far. Now, again, I'm going to go fill my glass up. I might also try and get like a cough sweet or something like that, because my throat is killing me. Every time I go to talk, swallow, drink, whatever, you get a bit of pain. So I'll be right back. Hopefully, with my throat not hurting as much. Right, I'm back. I keep fucking the timer up. There we go. So half time, 1-0 to the mighty Reds. Erik ten Hag's men are slightly too good for the Premier League at the moment. Slightly too good for the Premier League at the moment. Just a casual 1-0 win. Or 1-0 scoreline at half time. I don't know what to say about that first half. United dominating proceedings, and Palace got one chance, and our big Spaniard David De Gea came to the rescue. Does this want to work? Fingers crossed. Is that going to work? Essentially, the team should be flicking through, and it's not. I don't know why. We'll leave it and hope for the best. But yeah, no. I don't know. There's not really much you can complain about after that first half, is there? With a better team, we're dominating the game, and like I say, we've limited Palace to very little, very little in this game. They did get one chance. Did they take it? No, they didn't. And look, I know David De Gea gets a lot of criticism, and some of it deservingly so. Some of it not so much, in my opinion. But what I think you can say is a sign of a quality shot stopper, a very good goalkeeper, is that you can have nothing to do, no touch of the ball. You're a passenger for 45 minutes of a game, 40 minutes of a game. But like that, you need to make a world-class save. David De Gea did that. So, what a keeper, David De Gea. And look, like I say, he's not the perfect goalkeeper. And at one point, unfortunately, he will need to be moved on. But, as of right now, do I think he needs to be moved on? No. To be honest, I don't. I don't think he's the priority to move on. I think if we're looking at this squad, we've got another midfielder. As much as I like Eriksen, I think a Frankie de Jong in that role, or more of a Frankie de Jong-like player in that role, improves us. A striker, yeah, for sure. Whether or not you believe Martial, Weghorst are good enough, Weghorst won't be here, so they will need at least a backup. Centre backs, and we need a Casemiro replacement. Sorry, backup, not replacement. A Casemiro backup, because McTominay and Fred aren't a Casemiro. We need those. All of those for me should come before a David De Gea replacement. Especially given I don't know if the goalkeeper market right now is that good. Obviously, there's some great goalkeepers out there. And some goalkeepers that I'd want at the club. But how realistic is it that we're going to be able to sign them? Not very. Right, second half is underway. Go on then. Wan-Bissaka gets the ball in. Can we get hold of it? Bruno shot is fired into the wall of Crystal Palace players. United still have it. Anthony looks for Casemiro. United lose the ball. Elise, Zaha, Hughes, Richards, looks for Elise, Klein, down the line to Elise again. Elise does well up against Martinez. That's a free kick. Goal kick. A free kick to Palace. And Lisandro Martinez gets booked. Don't know about that. So it's a free kick to Palace here. Is that Elise standing over it for the Eagles? Palace got a lot of tall players there. But that being said, got players like Gay, who's not the tallest. And was it Varane? No, Weghorst it was. Heads it clear. Good defending from the Dutch forward. Hughes goes into Zaha. Crap cross from the Ivorian. And Elise will pick it up on the touchline. Elise looking for a bit of options. Goes back. It's a poor pass. And Richards will have to go back to Gaeta. And United are now able to just kind of recover a little bit. Get out of from being camped in their own box. Casemiro finds Weghorst. Casemiro, a lovely ball. Looking for Ericsson, just slightly overhit. When ahead at half time, since 2014, United have never lost a game where we were winning at half time. Some stat. Some stat. What do you mean Martinez out for the second half? He's playing, yes. You got booked like 2 minutes ago. United have a corner here. Good defending from Crystal Palace and Richards in particular. Ericsson delivers into the box. Cleared at the front post there by Palace. Bruno has it though. Anthony edges the box. Shoots over the bar. I haven't been fantasy, but Martinez is always expected to get a card. But yeah, no, Martinez is on, but he has been booked. And it probably was a yellow card. I have to say, I think Casemiro is having a very good game again. I think he's been very important. I'm getting a little bit concerned he might get booked though. Whenever I see him kind of not dive into a challenge, but go in for a tackle, and he makes a big tackle there, I'm always there like, fucking hell, he's going to get booked here, he's going to get booked here. Thankfully not so far. I'm just looking at my fantasy team now. Why the fuck did I not keep faith with Kepa? Got 10 points and Ward got 2. Ben White 8 points. I got fucking Perisic and Walker with 1. Shaw with 3. Idiot. What an idiot. Weghorst heads clear. Mark Gahey out to Klein. Klein delivers back into the box. Can United get the ball? He can, and it is with David De Gea. He throws it out to Luke Shaw. Rashford just goes back into Martinez. 35% of goals of Crystal Palace's goals this season have come from set pieces. So they're a real threat from set pieces. And I mean, back in last year and the year before that especially, United defending set pieces and attacking them, we were dreadful. Defensively, we seem to have sorted ourselves out a little bit. But, I mean, I still don't think we scored many set pieces. I know your pain. Started Raya over Sanchez. Raya got 5 points. Sanchez got 7 against Liverpool. I mean, that's 2 points. That's 2 point difference. That's not 8. Honestly, I need the City Liverpool Man City game, City Spurs game to be 0-0. A 0-0 in that game would be ideal. Casemiro goes over the top looking for Rashford. Nathaniel Klein's there and does well. Looks like Eze may be coming on. Taking his bib off. Hughes. Elise. Gahey. Back to Richards. I'll tell you what. I hate fantasy football so much. Like, it's fun, but I just hate it. Because, like with Chelsea and Kepa, I've kept faith with Kepa, like, for so long. Like, Chelsea will start playing well this week. They'll keep a clean sheet against Fulham. And fucking win, and then, or even when they played Man City. I still have faith. Oh, Chelsea could do something here. Potter usually does well with Brighton against City. and he's then making mistakes leading to fucking them conceding. So I go, you know what? I don't trust him anymore. Oh, then he keeps clean sheet, don't he? Bruno, lovely ball out to Anthony. If he can get down ahead of Hughes. Here he does have it. Hughes is back though. Hughes, Ericsson. A poor ball looking for Rashford. Zaha will bring it down. But look who wins it. Luke Shaw. Casemiro just goes back into Martinez. And back out to Christian Eriksen. And United just so coolly and easily just wins the ball back constantly. Regains control of the game. But Elise's down and he's injured. Not looking good for him. He appears to be in a bit of pain. Look, we're approaching the 60th minute mark. What changes would we be making if we were Manchester United? Ideally, you'd want to take off Casemiro. Although, I don't think we can right now. The game is still there for Crystal Palace to come back in. I think at 2-0, then you can take him off. But right now, I don't think you can. Then Weghorst may be off, would you say? Let's take Weghorst off and bring on Garnacho, move Rashford up top. So Eze's on for Mateta. Here's Wan-Bissaka surging forward. Right, I'm just going to quickly sort the team out, for the Palace team out again. Varane goes down the line. I mean, to be fair, Weghorst is getting about. But like I said, I think he does look a little bit off the pace slightly. Here's Rashford. Go on, Marcus. Ball from Rashford. And here is Zaha into Edouard. There we go. So I've updated the Palace lineup, so that's what we see now. So that is more or less their best team. The Leeds are now 4-0 up, by the way, against Cardiff. We also did have a pitch invader. My fondest memories of fantasy football was when we all used to triple up on whoever Norwich were playing, and then somehow beat. Oh yeah, I remember a few when Palace beat when Palace beat not Palace when Norwich beat Man City a few years ago. Like that was the year not Liverpool won the league, weren't it? How that happened, I don't know. I like my dad and my brother. We always do. We always have our own mini league, which we do every year. And the one time I've only ever won it once, and that was the year Leicester won the league. Because what I always end up doing is I'll start at the start of the year. I'll set my team up. I'm doing all right, and then I'll forget there's a game on the Friday, or something will pop up, and I'll just forget to do my team, and I'll have a shocking week because of it, and I can't be up, and then and everyone else who in the league haven't forgot to do it, and then I'm just there like I can't be asked for this anymore, and then I forget about it, and I stop doing it for a bit, and that's essentially what happened the year Leicester won the league. But when I left it, I accidentally left Riyad Mahrez as my captain. Now, when Leicester won the league, if you can't remember, Riyad Mahrez was pretty good, scoring a lot of goals, getting a lot of assists, and him being my captain almost solely won me it, because he just got so many points. And then I came back to it after a while, saw I was top, and I was like, right, time to go sweat mode and make sure I don't just win it, but I keep hold of it. I mean, right now, I've had a fairly good year. I'm second in it currently, about 50 points behind my brother, who seems to win it every year. Sure. Casemiro, poor ball, looking for Weghorst. Line goes down the line. Casemiro can't win it off Edouard. Here is Odson Edouard. Goes down the line looking for Zaha. Zaha looks to get the crossing. Good defending from Lisandro Martinez. And then Casemiro as well. 60 minutes in. Casemiro still on the pitch. It is still 1-0. I feel like this game might have 1-0 written on it now. Neither team really creating anything at this point. Casemiro's won the ball back 11 times. He's so good, Casemiro. And that's part of your issue. He is so good. You can't afford to take him off. At the same time, do you want to keep him on? Do you risk bringing on McTominay? Do you risk bringing on a McTominay and saying, look, we need this guy for Arsenal. We believe McTominay can do enough to keep us in it and just see out the clean sheet. I don't know. What I would say, I don't want to. I don't. After the start of the season we had, especially the Brentford game, I don't want to see Casemiro come off for Fred. A Fred Eriksen midfield scares me after seeing what happened against Brighton and what happened against Brentford. Rashford. Driving forward. Wasteful shot. Way over the bar. That's so poor from Rashford, by the way. Anyway, if you guys are enjoying the stream, please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. And please do get involved in the live chat, share the stream, and all that good fun stuff. It is greatly appreciated. Uh, 64 points currently with Darcy, Haaland, KDB, and Kane still to play. Not bad. So yeah, I've got 50 something. I might. I'm not going to load it up, but I've got Haaland to play. I've got Walker. I've got Perisic. Might be it. Casemiro wins it. Anthony. But I mean, I've got like Luke Shaw. I've got, like I said, I've got Rashford as my captain. So I've got more points to come. Varane. Anthony. Varane. Martinez gets it out. Can you get out to Shaw? No, we go back into De Gea. Martinez. Wan-Bissaka. Moves it to Bruno. Not the greatest of first touches from Bruno. And that gives Palace a chance to win the ball back, and they have. But look who's there. Wan-Bissaka. Done very well, Wan-Bissaka again. I have to say, Wan-Bissaka's resurgence under Erik ten Hag has been beautiful. I've said it a lot. Wan-Bissaka is always a player I've had a soft spot for whatever reason. And I think he's just great. I think he is just great. David De Gea goes long. Well won by Richards. Eze. First time we've really seen Eze get on the ball for Crystal Palace since coming on for Mateta. Here is Elise. Goes back into Richards. Eze has it again. Elise. Palace using the ball really well here, but we do win it back here. Eriksen. Poor ball looking for Weghorst. And with just under 70 minutes played, to me, I'd be looking to bring him off Weghorst. I don't think he's fully fit, he's match fit or ready for how United want to play. He's not Man United match fit, not match ready. I'd be looking at bringing on Garnacho, moving Rashford up top central. Wan-Bissaka looks to nutmeg Doucouré but can't, but does find the ball through to Casemiro, who has lost it now. And now Palace can try and break. Poor first touch from Odsonne Edouard. It's back to De Gea. Eriksen. Martinez. The Patrick Vieira is not very happy walking up and down the touchline, but Martinez just surges into midfield. Past Elise, moves out to Luke Shaw. Weghorst is trying to get into the box. We go back in to Christian Eriksen. Eriksen, I tell you what, like I say, I don't think Eriksen's the perfect player for that, to play the role that he is playing in this United team. Someone like a Frank de Jong would be perfect. But I think it goes under the radar that Man United actually have Christian Eriksen. And he is so good. He is so good, Christian Eriksen. Rashford. Hard to believe that this is this is only our third time being in season. What? I don't know what that means. Hard to believe this is only our third time being in season. In second. But it's not. Oh, third time, I suppose, yeah. So changes. Garnacho is coming on for Weghorst. That will mean Rashford will move up top. So I was right about that. And McTominay's also coming on. Rashford's on. Garnacho moves up to the left. McTominay's on. Anthony. What? So Bruno, that would imply Bruno goes out to the right. And McTominay will. McTominay's playing number 10. McTominay's playing number 10. What the fuck? So Garnacho there. McTominay there. This is mental, by the way. McTominay is actually playing as a number 10. And Bruno has it on the right wing. Puts it back across. Well defended by Palace. Who else came? Berghorst and Anthony. There we go. So that's how the team looks now. I'm not sure how I feel. I'm not sure how I feel. More changes for Palace. Schlupp's coming on, and so is Jordan Ayew. Edouard's off for Ayew. Doucouré's off for Schlupp. On ball. Richards deals with it. Force flick on by Schlupp, and United have it. Ericsson out to Alejandro Garnacho, can't keep it in. Look, I don't. Going back to what you were saying about this is only the third time United have been second in the league. I don't think it will end. We will end in second place. McTominay. Free kick, surely. Free kick. That's got to be a foul, surely, on McTominay. Bruno's having a word with the ref, saying that's got to be. Obviously, VAR will check it. It's not a foul. It's nothing. That's nothing. I don't think the ball. I don't think he gets the ball, but I don't think he trips McTominay either. Oh, it might be. It might be a penalty. Referee says no. I can't really complain. I can't. I don't think I can't complain. I don't think it was that. It was a penalty, really. McTominay at number 10 just doesn't feel right. I do think it's a bit weird because at the start of the season we were seeing McTominay playing the Casemiro role, and yeah, now, as you say, he's now playing at number 10. Zaha and McTominay getting into a fight here. Zaha and McTominay, have a rest, lads. Have a rest. Bloody hell, the handbags! The handbags are out! So we'll see the incident again. So McTominay just can't get the ball, and what's he doing? McTominay grabs him, and Zaha then starts crying because McTominay's grabbed him. It's just weird from McTominay. Give it just a sloppy free kick to give away in a dangerous area. Really poor from McTominay. Why has he done it? Eze puts the ball into the box. Casemiro heads clear. Oh no, it is a penalty. I'm seeing the images. I've just seen a snapshot of the foul. There it is. That is a penalty. Hasn't got the ball. Puts his leg across McTominay. McTominay at number 10 should have won a penalty. Ball comes into the box. Big save, De Gea. I've just spat everywhere, but what a save, De Gea. We'll see this again. Huge from David De Gea. Ball came in. Mark Gahey won it. And it's a good save by De Gea. Strong hand and pushes it away. It's Rashford's man, just not jumping with it. He punches it clear. Tell you what, I completely forgot to tweet about the goal. Schlupp out to Elise. 15 minutes to go in this game. Palace looking very dangerous at the moment. If there's a team that looks like they're going to score, it is the Eagles. Klein delivers. Jordan Ayew misses the ball. Big chance that for Palace. But Bruno Fernandes has it. McTominay wins a free kick. Will Hughes just completely takes him out. Will Hughes goes into the book as well. Rightly so. $63 points at the moment. Bad, not great. Bad. I just look at my bench and think 8 more for Kepa. 71. Ben White for Walker or Perisic. An extra 7. Long ball. Martinez wins the header. Ericsson goes down, wins a free kick. Well played. And we're getting ever so closer to the full-time whistle. You know, I have a lead. Palace looking more dangerous right now. Steve McLaren and Eric Ten Hag's having words in the dugout. Wan-Bissaka takes it down on his chest well. Moves it to Bruno. Back to Wan-Bissaka. Brilliant here from Wan-Bissaka. Looks to slide it through to Rashford. Well defended. Bruno back to Wan-Bissaka. Casemiro passes straight into Eze. Casemiro's on the recovery. Gets there and gives it back to David De Gea. United. 12 minutes plus whatever added time we're going to get to hold on. And to maybe, hopefully, find a second goal. Good tackle from Wan-Bissaka. But Eze has it. Bruno goes diving in. Couldn't make it. Wan-Bissaka looks a little bit leggy here. Wan-Bissaka looks for the flick on, but nobody was there. Wan-Bissaka looks tired. Mark Gahey into Hughes. Back to Gahey. Richards. Line goes down the line. Luke Shaw. Poor from Rashford. And here's Jeffrey Schlupp driving forward. Hughes. Good tackle from McTominay. Bruno into Casemiro. Back to Bruno. Casemiro. United just slowing the game down. And that 15 minutes has now turned to just over 10. United will be very happy with how they're controlling this game and how they're dealing with it as well. De Gea goes across to Martinez. Ball from Bruno, and here comes Palace. Wilfried Zaha. Casemiro, that's his booking. Casemiro's been booked. "10 minutes ago, Casemiro's booked. He will miss the Arsenal game." That is poor from Casemiro. Wow. Very, very poor from the Brazilian. It's so blatant. Casemiro misses the Arsenal game. That is massive. Massive for Manchester United. Casemiro is out of the Arsenal game. Fuck. 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 His first foul, really, but it's the most blatant yellow card you're ever going to see. So poor from Casemiro. If this is for fucking Casemiro, better not. This better not. Ericsson. So we're bringing Fred on now. Fred, by the way, is also in the same situation as Casemiro. So if Fred gets booked, he also misses the Arsenal game. This is fucking. This is mental. What's Fred get booked? Shit. I can't believe it's so stupid from Casemiro. I can't get over it. I cannot get over it. What are we doing? So Casemiro now misses the Arsenal game. And now we've brought Fred on. And now we've brought Fred on, who's in the exact same situation Casemiro has been on all game. So if Fred gets booked, we are without both. So Will Hughes is off for Milivojevic. But look, we didn't beat Arsenal at Old Trafford. We didn't have Casemiro and we beat them. So not the end of the world. I go back to why. Why did we not take him off earlier? Fred, watch out, lad. Fred. But look, I mean, I stand by what I said. I'd rather us win this game and lose the Arsenal game, because there's no guarantee that we would beat Arsenal anyway. And second of all, ultimately, Casemiro or not, we have no right to beat, kind of in a sense, to beat Arsenal, but we should be beating Palace. So it's better to have Casemiro make sure we get the win that we need, than have him in a game which we might lose anyway. This is so sad. Fred goes back to Varane. The hair goes long. 4 minutes to go. Maguire's never going to play DM. He's never going to play it. He's not mobile enough. I have to say, McTominay moving to 10 has been shit. Got McTominay game by numbers at Old Trafford against Arsenal. 100% pass accuracy, 3 duels won, 3 clearances, 2 tackles won, 1 dribble completed out of 1. 100% dribbles completed. 1 shot block, 1 interception. And he's got to do it again. Rashford loses the ball. That for a Palace throw. Rashford looking for that goal that will continue his goal scoring record of consecutive games. I have to say, the front three not been brilliant. I wonder who we're missing. I just think this is another example of how important Anthony Martial is to Manchester United's front line and to our game. We've missed him again. I don't think that front line has been anywhere near as good as it has been when he's in there. Luke Shaw with a throw in. McTominay finds Fred. Lisandro Martinez. Casemiro. Not Casemiro. Varane out to Wan-Bissaka. Looks for the ball down the line. Mitchell wins it. And I have to say, I'm seeing people saying Luke Shaw central play DM. What's Bruno? Long ball. What a ball to Rashford. Marcus, man. Just gets the ball stuck in his feet. Luke Shaw wins it back though. Garnacho. Shaw. Bruno gets it out wide to McTominay. Casemiro. Lovely ball to Wan-Bissaka. Gets the cross in. Not a great one. Gaeta has it. I feel like there was something I wanted to say, but I can't think of it. I don't know what it was. I really hope Martial's fit for Arsenal on Sunday. I really do. He is a massive miss. And like I say, the front line has not been anywhere near as good without Martial as it has been with it. And look, I said earlier in the game, this has 1-0 written all over it in the second half. After about 10 minutes of this first half, I said 1-0 written all over it. That's what we're holding on for now. If you are enjoying the stream, guys, please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. And please do share the stream as well with your friends, with your family, on your socials, so on and so forth. That would be greatly appreciated. Alright, so I have a free kick here, though. That Elise Klein standing over it. Very similar situation to where Digne scored for Palace. That's 1-0. 1-0. It's 1-0. What a free kick from Elise. It's 1-0. What a free kick from Michael Elise. Palace 1, Manchester United 1. What a free kick. Fuck. 4 minutes. 4 minutes of added time. And Michael Elise has gone and scored an absolute belter of a free kick. For fuck's sake, man. Let's see. We'll see the free kick again. There's absolutely no chance for David De Gea. It's over the wall. The top, it clips the top of the crossbar and in. Nothing De Gea can do. What a free kick from Elise. And looks like they'll get a point. You can just see Erik ten Hag's face there. And you think back to that penalty. That clear penalty that we should have had. At 2-0, Casemiro can come off. And we're alright. Casemiro then plays the Arsenal game with no yellow card. And even if Elise did score, still, it's fine. Garnacho. Sure. Oh, yeah, we need Marcus Rashford to turn up now. Martinez. Wan-Bissaka. Hooks it forward. McTominay brings it down. Bruno. Casemiro. Wins a corner. Corner for United. Fucking hell, boys. We can't. Surely not. Surely we can't win this still. Here at Selhurst Park. Palace 1, Manchester United 1. Good ball in from Bruno. Please. It's fucking gone across the goal line. How? Garnacho. Shoot! Gaeta has it in his hands. How? The ball has gone across the 6-yard box and nobody's tapped it in. Casemiro. It's a great ball in, and Casemiro. It's so easy. And just gets it all wrong. What a chance from Casemiro. It's essentially an open goal. And there was the win. But Bruno, poor touch in the box. Here is Zaha. Poor ball short. Good tackle. Wan-Bissaka into Fred. Gotta get it moving. Garnacho. Fred loses it to Eze. And Palace now will come forward. And Zaha's in. No, we can't lose it. Wan-Bissaka. Fantastic from Aaron Wan-Bissaka. On the recovery. Huge from Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Or Zaha was in for a certain goal there. Brilliant from the Spider. But surely, too little, too late. Varane Moves it forward. Gahey launches it clear. Referee looks at his watch once. Doesn't blow just yet. Fred just can't get it down. And here is Jeffrey Schlupp. Out to Zaha. And he was just going to slow it down. Shaw wins it. Garnacho tries to turn Klein. And that's full time. Palace 1. United 1. And we've dropped points. For fuck's sake, man. And that's probably worst case scenario for United. Probably worst case scenario that. We lose Casemiro for the Arsenal game. And we drop 2 points. We go up to 3rd. Level on points with Man City. Man City remain above us on goal difference. Disappointing. We go to Arsenal. A team we've convincingly beat already this season. Like, when I say convincingly, I mean convincingly. So, while they might be top of the league, we go there without Casemiro. But, again, we beat him convincingly before, earlier on in the season. We can do it again. McTominay, about to produce a masterclass. I'll tell you that for free. So we will go over and do the Let's Talk. I'll be live over there in about 5 minutes. There might be a link to that in the description down below. If it's not, just go over to the channel and it'll be over there. So I'll see you over there for the match reaction in about 5 minutes. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one in a bit.